What's going on, guys? Mike, aka Crypto Jewels. I'm going to do a Multivac update, MTV. First of all, guys, I launched a private Discord channel about a month or so ago, a little under a month ago, and I'm currently offering a free 2-week trial for anybody who wants to hop in. I will no longer be offering the 2-week free trial after this month, which is January. So come February 1st, that will be off the table, and you will no longer be able to have a free trial. So if you guys are interested in it and want that free trial, go ahead and check it out. I've got a link below this video. If not, no big deal. If you hop in, you don't like it, then you get out and you don't get charged. I'm not a financial advisor. I do this for entertainment and educational purposes only. So let's look at MTV. All right, let's start off with Multivac on a higher time frame from a macro view, a macro standpoint. I know these targets are absolutely seem insane. And I agree for the most part. I'm just showing you what the technicals from an Elliott wave standpoint looks like, and the potentials that I see from a macro standpoint. Does not mean that this thing has to get there, but this is technically possible for a 3-wave at over $1 and then a potential 5-wave at over $3. And how I get that is because a lot of people view this whole structure as a 1 here or a 5-wave here. I actually think that this was a WXY, and this is our first wave up, being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are on a WXY, which my last video, I had this as an ABC, and I had us on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, that count got invalidated, and I'll show you how and why here in just a minute. So let's hop into the details of why I now think this is a WXY and not an ABC. So I originally had this count being a 1, 2, this being a 3, a 4, and this being a 5. It bounced exactly where I thought it would, which started to confirm my bias that the bottom was in here at 0059. If you watch my other videos or follow me on Twitter, that has always been a spot of interest for me. But what happened is we got this 5-wave impulse up, which could be also an ABC if you dive into the details of it, and ended up being coming down here. If this was a 1-wave, you can't, a 2-wave cannot breach below the origin of a 1. So once we breached that low here, my bias changed from this being a WXY, which is basically a zigzag type of pattern, which takes us to anywhere in this zone down here, which I will get into the details of here in just a second. So as you can see, this looks more like an ABC up because it looks more like a 3-wave. So we've got, to me, an ABC down. Here, I'll go ahead and throw that on here so you can see it. So to me, we've got an ABC down here and then an ABC up here. So now we have a WX, and now we have potentially, the way I've got this count right now is that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is an A, and then we should have a B up. The B could be in technically here. This is a WXY, which could, be a finished corrective pattern. So if we do not get this final pump up here to 0088, 0089, that doesn't really affect the count much at all, because this technically right here could be a completed corrective wave, putting in our B. If that's the case, then this is some sort of a 1, 2, and we're impulsive already in the downwards direction. If we do end up bouncing up to around 0089-ish, that is where I believe the absolute top will be before we finally have our last corrective wave down, which will take us anywhere, in my opinion, from 0039 to 0049. The good news is after we get that, I think the bottom will finally be in, as long as obviously we do not, breach that low wherever we bounce from. Again, once we finally bounce, what we're looking for is a 5-wave impulse structure. So once we finally bounce, we're looking for a move like this. In order to validate that the bottom is in, and then we would want to see a 2-wave somewhere in this area, which is 618 down to 786. We would want to see price action do something like that, and then hold in that area, and then start impulsing up in the direction of the bullish trend again, which that would then put in a larger 1, 2, and then you'd have your 3, 4, 5 from there. So that's what we would want to see in order to confirm a bottom. As you can see here, since we breached that, we are still corrective. We don't want to see a corrective structure, which would look, something like this, where it moves in 3-wave impulses. So you don't want to see, an ABC type of structure forming. That would be indicative of a corrective wave, meaning that we still have more downside. The only hiccup to that is there is such a thing as an leading diagonal, which is a 5-wave impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where each one of these impulse waves, 1, 3, and 5, are actually broken down into 3-wave structures like this, and they typically form, some sort of a wedge-looking pattern like that, and then they break down, and then you hold your 2, and then you impulse back up. So it is possible, even if we do get a corrective ABC 3-wave type structure down there, that we could end up being in a leading diagonal, but you would still need it to turn into, you would still have to be a 5-wave impulse regardless. So at that point, that is really what we will start to be looking for once we finally bottom and bounce, is an impulsive structure to confirm that the bottom is in. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.